Today, on the Scout Show, the team lets you know about a Kentucky blue chip who just moved into the Hoosier State. An Ohio football star just got offered from his father's alma mater. We've even got news of a softball standout from the Wolverine State heading to the ACC. Plus, former Michigan State quarterback Ryan Van Dyke begins his series on what you can do and avoid when it comes to recruiting. Welcome to episode 5 of the State Champs Scout Show presented by Lawrence Technological University. Recruit yourself at LTUathletics.com. I'm Lauren Plant. We've got nothing but recruiting news here from Indiana, Ohio, and Michigan. Ryan Van Dyke takes you to school in Recruiting 101, but I'll kick us off this week with the latest news from the Mitten. Notre Dame has always pulled its share of stars out of Michigan, whether it's the old days, guys like Todd Light, Jerome Bettis, or Scott Kowalkowski, or more recent coups under former Grand Valley and Central Michigan coach Brian Kelly. Certainly helps to have family on your side in those battles. Grand Rapids Catholic Central's Nolan Ziegler can trace his recent commitment to the Irish back to the influence of one of his grandfathers. His maternal grandfather, Tim Sullivan, won a national title as a linebacker on the '73 Irish team. And Ziegler, who won a state title with Catholic Central last fall, will be looking to do the same 2 generations later. A lanky, long-striding, 6'4", 205-pound safety in high school, Ziegler is being recruited as a linebacker for the Irish and has run a sub-4.5-second 40-yard dash. Over the last 2 high school softball seasons, if you were fortunate enough to connect off a Heartland pitcher and bloop it to right field, there was a good reason not to celebrate prematurely. The Eagles' right fielder, Kelsey Zampa, has been a wall out there, making the diving catch routine enough to become her signature. A starter since her freshman year, when the Eagles went all the way to the Division I Finals, Zampa will be making catches like that in the ACC in college as the 2019 All-Stater committed recently to Duke University. The Michigan Prep basketball ranks got thinned out again with another star leaving the state, this time Flint Carmen Ainsworth point guard Jaden Nunn, announcing late in August he'd be finishing his prep career in Arizona with Dream City Christian. An honorable mention All-Stater as a junior in 1920, the 6'4" Nunn holds offers from Eastern and Western Michigan, Youngstown State, Duquesne, Toledo, Austin Peay, and Rhode Island. All multi-sport prep athletes must eventually choose which one to pursue in college, and Goodrich's Aiden Rubio is no different. While his running mate in both football and basketball, Tyson Davis, chose the gridiron with his commitment to Central Michigan this spring, Rubio has chosen the hardwood, announcing recently on Twitter his desire to continue his basketball career in college. An All-State honorable mention this spring in hoops, the 6'6" swing guard had a football offer from Morgan State, but has declared his hoops recruiting wide open. I'm Lauren Plant. That's what's happening in Michigan.
I'm Scott Bernstein, straight from the Indiana beat. From the world of football recruiting, the number 1 player in the state, Avon senior offensive lineman Blake Fisher, was just awarded his 5th star by ESPN and 24/7. This 6'6", 350-pound left tackle is in beast mode every snap and will be playing his college ball in South Bend for the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame. Prep pigskin heads in southern Indiana got a gift from across the border in Kentucky last month when blue chip junior juggernaut offensive lineman Keontae Goodwin transferred to Charlestown. Goodwin is a 6'8", 350-pound monstrosity in the trenches, and according to scouting experts, is deciding between Ohio State, Alabama, Auburn, Georgia, and LSU. The Pirates are going to be pretty happy with Goodwin anchoring the line in 2020. Out of the Fort Wayne area, Snyder junior inside linebacker Dominic Moon and Andrian sophomore outside backer Drake Bowen are 2 sideline-to-sideline sensations to watch for this season. Bowen started as a freshman on Andrian's 2019 semi-state squad and recently got his first SEC offer from Arkansas. Moon is a rugged and rangy hard hitter and nailed down a Purdue offer last week. Switching gears to basketball, look for a more versatile version of Brownsburg senior wing Pierce Thomas in 2021. Everybody knows he can fly like MJ and attack the rim with the best in the Midwest. But ladies and gentlemen, now he can bomb from deep. The Butler commit has added the trifecta to his arsenal, hitting the gym hard this summer and sharpening his long-range shooting skills. Last weekend, to close out the AAU season, he connected on 10 triples en route to a 48-point explosion for his Players First club, serving notice to hoop fans in the Hoosier State everywhere that this highlight reel dunking dynamo has taken his game up another level. This is Scott Bernstein signing off from Indiana.
The State Champs Sports Network is passionately committed to high school sports. We have 2 shows airing weekly. State Champs Extra Point is specifically for the high school football fan. Premiering Mondays, we've got highlights and features from Ohio, Indiana, and beyond. State Champs High School Sports Show covers the tri-state area of Ohio, Indiana, and Michigan with the focus on all the other fall sports in play. Highlights and coverage you just can't find anywhere else. Those shows drop every Friday. And for even more content, check out State Champs' individual social channels, the State Champs Sports Network app, or our website, statechampsnetwork.com.
After one game back from an injury, Pickerington Central's sensational sophomore standout Sonny Styles was offered a scholarship by the Ohio State Buckeyes. Styles missed his freshman year with that injury, but his performance against rival Pickerington North in a nationally televised game in the first game of the season produced an offer from the Buckeyes the next day. Styles is a 6'4", 205-pound safety who could grow into other positions at the next level and is also an excellent basketball player. His father, Lorenzo Styles Sr., played football for the Buckeyes, and brother Lorenzo Jr. is a verbal commitment to Notre Dame. Indiana has also offered Sonny. Speaking of in-the-family offers, Iowa State has offered a scholarship to Brecksville Broadview Heights linebacker Matt Rose, a 6'1", 190-pound junior. Rose is the younger brother of Cyclone linebacker Michael Rose, so he is quite familiar with head coach Matt Campbell and the Iowa State program, and has been there to see his brother play several times. Rose was an all-conference selection as a sophomore when he played safety for the Bees. Akron has also offered him a scholarship. Cincinnati has offered Norwalk senior kicker Garrison Smith. The Bearcats are his first offer. He is ranked by Corn Blue Kicking as the number 6 kicker and number 9 punter in the country. Other programs like Penn, Colgate, and Ohio State are also recruiting him. Switching over to the basketball court, Casey Baumhauer of Sylvania Northview has made a college commitment to St. Bonaventure. A 5'9" guard, Baumhauer was the Player of the Year in the Northern Lakes League and an All-State selection as a junior. She averaged 20.2 points, 6.3 rebounds, and 4.9 assists per game while helping lead her team to a district final. Walsh, U-Indy, Hillsdale, and Davenport had also offered Baumhauer. That's it for recruiting news this week. I'm Alan True.
A couple of years ago, in the state of Michigan, State Champs ranked the top 25 quarterbacks over the last 25 years. This guy was number 19. In the mid to late 90s, Ryan Van Dyke had everybody saying, "We are Marshall." 6'5", 225 pounds, Van Dyke was flat out one of the top recruits in the nation. Ryan rallied the Red Hawks to back-to-back Double B state finals, winning it all his junior campaign. Although unsuccessful in the Silverdome in '97, Van Dyke threw for 2,000 yards with 25 TDs his senior year.
A big athletic kid that if things did not work out at quarterback, they could have put him somewhere else. And that's what Van Dyke reminded me. A big, strong kid, threw the ball well, and if he had to run you over at times, he'd run you over.
Unfortunately, Van Dyke got hurt early and often in his career at Michigan State. He did, however, have a brief stint in the NFL and the Arena League, including one dream season in 2004 as Ryan led all NFL Europe in passing, touchdowns, and total offense while with Germany's Cologne Centurions. His playing days over now, Ryan has created Quarterback University, a program that works with young quarterbacks and other athletes in helping them reach the next level. So we recruited Ryan to help us with a little thing we call Recruiting 101.
My name is Ryan Van Dyke, and I'm with Quarterback University, and thanks so much for having me on the show. I wanted to talk to you guys today a little bit about the recruiting do's and don'ts to be a college athlete, especially in these circumstances of COVID. Sports are delayed. So, what do you do in the meantime? How do you get attention? Number one, you need to be objective. You need to be objective about your talents, about where you're trying to play. If you're a 5'11", 200-pound left guard, it probably doesn't make a lot of sense to, send your recruiting film to Power 5 conferences. So just being real with yourself, and, that also goes for the parents too, and objectively trying to figure out what your son's talent level is, I guess is first and foremost. So the second part of, being recruited is academics. And I think that gets lost in the shuffle a lot. That's one of the very first questions that a college recruiter asks me when I'm shopping one of my players to their school. They need to be qualified, or they need to have their ACT, SAT scheduled. There needs to be a plan in place. Obviously, they need to have the grades to be able to compete in school, not just in football. And I don't know if a lot of parents know this, but, since I was playing 20 years ago, the salaries for these coaches are predicated upon their graduation rates and their retention within those programs. So if you're a at-risk student, you might be a heck of a player, but that coach will not take a risk on you because you're going to need a lot of help and work, and really you're a risk to his income. So something to keep in mind. I look forward to being back on the show. I'd love to do this a few more times and give you some more do's and don'ts on recruiting and other things. And this is Ryan Van Dyke from Quarterback University signing off. Thanks.
All right, I want to thank Ryan Van Dyke for his wisdom, and of course the scout team of Alan True and Scott Bernstein, and state champs Matt Mowry for his contributions to the program. The State Champs Scout Show premieres every Wednesday on the network. For more recruiting news, check out Matt and Scott's weekly scout team blogs on our website, statechampsnetwork.com. They are must-reads for recruiting fans. We'll see you next week. State Champs Scout Show is proudly presented by Lawrence Technological University, where Blue Devils dare.